Anyway, so this program was to build to the Royal Rumble. And besides the contract signing and the chaos there at the last few minutes of the program, I'm not really, and obviously to see Cody, because that's kind of the highlight of the show. Otherwise, did it give you, salivation to you can't wait to see the Royal Rumble based on this television program?
No, and you could say the same thing about Raw. It didn't do too much to make you want to see the Royal Rumble. Let's go down the list of matches they've announced so far. And the date of the Rumble, for the record, is...
And by the way, we're a week away, so you would think the meat of the matter has probably been exposed.
January 28th, Saturday. Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
And again, Alexa Bliss now is in some way involved with her former cohort, Bray Wyatt, and the supernatural spooky shit. And I guess she's going to be sitting in a swing and vomiting black soot at some point. I don't want to see Alexa Bliss at all because she's microscopic. She's 4'3" and 72 pounds and the cutesy thing. And Bianca Belair needs an opponent, but she really needs an opponent here because Alexa Bliss ain't it.
In the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight.
We don't know the rules. We don't know the stipulations. All we know is that Mountain Dew is the sponsor. And I have a feeling it's going to be heavy on puppets and spooky music and the creaking door. And I'm not looking forward to it. And poor LA Knight is going to have to once again, stooge for some of this tomfoolery.
For the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, the champion Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman, versus Kevin Owens.
And I have no doubt this is going to be a good match. Owens always wants to have a good match. I'm sure Heyman will be heavily involved in putting it together. Boy, it takes a silver-tongued, manipulative devil like Heyman to actually be able to get Owens to do shit for his own good, probably. And Roman Reigns, it'll be over because the issue is over, and it'll probably further something with our dear friend Sammy. So this could be one of the highlights of the program.
And the other two matches announced so far, and of course Raw is in a few days, the men's and women's 30 men and women Royal Rumble.
They're going to do a women's Royal Rumble too.
They've done this the last several years, yes.
I forgot about that because I never watch them because God damn it. All right. So basically, we're going to spend a while on Peacock this weekend to watch two matches. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, and Cody hopefully win the men's Royal Rumble. And
come on, you got to watch the women's Royal Rumble.
No, I'm not going to. No.
Why not?
Jesus, where are they going to find 30 women?
Rhea Ripley.
Shit.
Well, let's go over who's in.
Give me Rhea Ripley against anybody for 10 minutes in a single match, not 30 women for 30 minutes.
Let's go over the people they've announced so far, again, a week before the pay-per-view, as being participants in the two different Royal Rumbles. Let's go over the men's list so far. Announced on SmackDown, Kofi Kingston and Santos Escobar are in the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Ricochet is in from defeating Top Dollar to qualify. Also announced on Raw, Austin Theory, Seth Franklin Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin. From SmackDown, Rey Mysterio and Gunther. Announced on Raw last week, Cody Rhodes and Omos. And finally, just announced in the last couple of days, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Karrion Kross. That's an underwhelming list of people. I hate to say it. And then, go ahead.
I'm interested in hopefully 3 people out of that will advance and be better than they were before. Theory, Gunther, and Cody. Cody should win. Theory and Gunther should look good. The rest of them, it's just, they're all out there in the ether.
If you surprise everyone with Brock in the Rumble, do you do the Brock and Gunther confrontation?
Why would you?
Leading to WrestleMania, tease it.
But why would you surprise anybody at his price tag with Brock Lesnar?
Because we're doing crazy things to hotshot this company.
Okay, well, if Brock does show up as an unannounced surprise, it would be a crazy, shocking thing to try to sell the company. And in that case, if they did go in that direction, that would be wonderful to get. They would need to eliminate each other, not Brock punk Gunther out and then Gunther fuck him afterwards.
When they did Hogan and the Warrior at the Royal Rumble in 1990, months before WrestleMania, they kind of just crisscrossed each other. They knocked each other out with a clothesline, and then other people eliminated them. But you got that little bit of a tease. Again, it was Hogan and the Warrior, different than Gunther and Brock, to lead into Mania. Jim, here's who's been announced for the Women's Royal Rumble so far. Rhea Ripley. You see, there's a good reason to watch. And there's also other names.
If she starts at number 1 and wins the whole thing, I would consider it a classic.
Well, here are some of the other names also attached so far. Liv Morgan.
Oh, boy.
Candice LeRae.
Oh, Jesus.
Raquel Rodriguez.
She's not bad.
Shayna Baszler. And Zelina Vega. She's good.
That's it?
That's it so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people a week out?
Well, people assume that various people that they know will be in the Rumble.
Well, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Hey, what happened to Gargano since Vince has been back? I'm looking at Candice LeRae's name on this list. Where's her husband?
Hey, there's some things even Vince couldn't stay away from if he tried. All right, then. So that's what's going to go on. And apparently what we're going to do is we're going to delay our normal recording one day this weekend instead of recording next weekend, rather. Instead of recording the experience on Saturday, as we have been doing, we're going to record it on and releasing on Sunday. We're going to record on Sunday and release on Monday so we can see the big shoe. Correct?
Well, we're going to record on Sunday. We're going to try to get it up on Sunday, too, but we'll see what happens.
Well, then they need to get this goddamn thing over with in a timely fashion.
We'll see.
But actually, the WWE is not bad, but they're not going to give us a 5-hour show that we'd rather see our mothers hooked up to a resuscitator than watch more wrestling by the time it's over. They're about 3 hours, 3.5 for the big ones, and they don't wear their welcome out. Well, sometimes they still wear their welcome out.
We'll see about that. We'll see how they do on this Royal Rumble, but that is the Royal Rumble.
What's going on this week over at the Wrestling News Arcadian Vanguard 605 side of town?
Another fine week of programming on the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network. Get information about all the shows on Twitter at Superpodcast or on Facebook at facebook.com/Arcadian Vanguard. Want to thank everyone who's been checking out the Wrestling News, of course, available wherever you find your favorite podcast. Look for Arcadian Vanguard's The Wrestling News or go to thewrestlingnews.com. Every day, daily, free, morning wrestling newscast. No opinions, no talking heads, no star ratings, just wrestling news. Usually in less than 15 minutes, sometimes in less than 8 minutes. Check it out today. Once again, download directly or stream it from thewrestlingnews.com or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Look for Arcadian Vanguard's The Wrestling News. Also want to make mention of the latest episode of Stick to Wrestling with John McAdam, a look at one of the episodes from 1980 that WWE have just put on Peacock with the Bruno Sammartino-Larry Zbyszko feud.
Ooh.
Check this out today, McAdamPod.com, or look for Stick to Wrestling with John McAdam wherever you find your favorite podcasts. And of course, the 605 Superpodcast, The Mothership! Thank you to everyone who's been going through the archive. We really do appreciate it. Some new stuff in the works, but go through the archive today if you haven't. 605pod.com. All episodes are available there for free, or of course, wherever you find your favorite podcast. The 605 Super Podcast, The Mothership.